Hello, lovelies. I know that this video is coming a bit late, but I wanted to share with you my October witchy favorites. I don't have a lot for you, but I still kind of wanted to record anyway because there were a couple things that I worked with really intensely during the month of October. And the first one is a particular pendulum. Now, I've used several different pendulums over the month of October, but this one was practically always by my side. It didn't really leave my side, to be honest with you. It always stayed either in my pocket or in my purse, and I used it on an almost daily basis, and that's this guy right here. Now, this is a glass bead with two Swarovski bicone crystals on the top and bottom, and just a regular base metal chain. So it's very basic, and yet he works wonderfully. And I actually made this guy while recording a how to create a pendulum video as a lesson in my Pendulum Practitioner course. And I will leave information about that Pendulum Practitioner course in the description box below for you guys. But I absolutely have adored using him all the way through the month of October, and even before that, since he was created, but especially during this last month. I don't know what it is. I just keep picking this guy up. And for those of you that may not know, he is a glass bead, but pendulums don't need to be crystals. They can be literally any weight suspended from a string or a chain or a cord, just so that it's able to swing freely and get you answers. The fact that a pendulum is usually made with a crystal just means that that crystal's metaphysical properties lend to the energy work or reading that you're doing. So your pendulum can be a necklace, it could be a stack of buttons tied to a string. It could really be anything. And this guy's a perfect example of that. Just a regular glass bead on a chain, and I've been using him nonstop. So the next things I wanted to talk to you about are all of the crystals that I've been working with. So these first two are amethyst points that I picked up from Love, Light, and Legacy. And you know what? My camera just isn't doing these two justice. There's a lot of rainbows in these that, yeah, my webcam's not gonna pick up, and that's okay. But vibrationally, these guys are amazing. Now, this one in particular, I've already programmed to help me boost my intuition, continue to manifest and open up gently my channeling and mediumship abilities, and also my natural claircognizant abilities, clairvoyant abilities, clairsentient abilities, all the clairs really, and really balance out my third eye, especially when I'm doing readings. So he hasn't really been far from me when I've been doing pendulum readings this month, which has been fantastic. So still don't know what I want to program this guy with yet. I may actually use him in crystal grids, but for now he's just been sitting on my altar. So these two have been lovely, lovely, lovely to work with. And again, I picked those up from Love, Light, and Legacy. Now, the next three crystals I want to talk to you guys about, I always have with me in my pocket and my purse at any given time, but I realized I haven't really talked about them a whole lot, so I wanted to share them with you. And the first one is this carnelian gallet. And gallet it's a large tumbled stone, large enough to fit in the palm of your hand. So this guy I've had for a few years and picked him up from a gem show, I believe. I'm sorry, I got him from healingcrystals.com. So this guy has been just a gem, an absolute, I know that's kind of corny to say, crystal's a gem. but he has been. I almost consider this guy to be a friend. So carnelian is a wonderful crystal to boost creativity, to help balance out any sexual issues that you might have. It's also wonderful for keeping energy levels up, positivity, creativity, manifestation, balancing out your sacral chakra. So carnelian is just a fantastic stone really to have, and I resonate with it really strongly because I'm a fire sign. So this guy is usually never too far away from me, and again, I keep him in my pocket usually to help keep my energy levels up throughout the day. Speaking of energy, in addition to this guy, I also carry this natural citrine with me as well, just a regular tumbled stone. Now, natural citrine looks like smoky quartz, but has a yellow sheen to it, gold sheen to it, whereas most of the citrine that you'll see on the market today is heat-treated amethyst, and it's bright yellow, which has the same metaphysical properties as natural citrine. It's just that natural citrine is a little bit harder to find. So this guy I use to really clear my energy, because citrine is a natural energy cleanser and it doesn't need to be cleansed itself. So it's really a handy crystal to have. Carnelian really doesn't need to be cleared either. So these two happen to also be great crystals for if you have a lot of decks like I do, setting these on top of those decks to cleanse the energy of those decks, especially in between readings. It's really handy. Citrine, I also consider to be a joy battery. It really uplifts the mood, and it's also considered the merchant stone. It brings in abundance of all types, but primarily prosperity. So this is just kind of an all-over positivity crystal, and that's another reason why I have it. Now this next guy, a little bit different purpose, still kind of in the same theme though. And this is an Apache tear, which is a type of black obsidian, which really is just volcanic glass, not necessarily a crystal. But black crystals in general are fantastic for blocking negative energies and kind of just protecting your energy field and strengthening it. Apache tear happens to be a lot more gentle as far as a lot of the black crystals go. And I think because of its gentle nature, it's also a really fantastic stone for those who are struggling with any sort of grief or working through any sort of type of trauma, even anxiety. This stone just happens to be a really fantastic stabilizer, and it helps you work through what you need to work through in the appropriate amounts, if that makes sense. It allows you to work through what you need to work through, but at a gentle pace. It doesn't force you into a healing crisis. It just kind of, it pushes things through, but at a pace that you can absorb it at and process it at. So it's just a wonderful crystal to have, and I feel like it's really underappreciated in the metaphysical community. It's not often talked about. So this guy, I've also had it for several years and I love it, and I carry it around with me everywhere. So those three are never far from my side. Now, in particular in this month, I've added two more that I've been working with quite a bit. And this first one is Larimar, also considered the dolphin stone. And it just has a really gentle vibration and very loving. It's very cradling. So I feel like it's a wonderful crystal for self-care, self-love, and working through any intense emotions kind of brings it back a little bit so that you can process it rationally. It diffuses a lot of things for me, and especially being a fire sign, kind of need a little bit of diffusing every once in a while. I tend to go off like a rocket. And so especially with everything going on this month, I need a little bit of that. I need a little bit of diffusing. So Larimar has really been helping me with that. And now this guy, this actually came in the October Goddess Provisions box. I have no idea where my brain's at right now, guys. It's a little bit late at night. So this is just a tumbled rhodonite. And rhodonite is fantastic for balancing the heart chakra. Most folks, when they talk about pink crystals and heart chakras and things like that, we hear about rose quartz. And rose quartz is really lovely. But rhodonite, and in particular rhodochrosite even, which is got a lot more bright pink to it, whereas rhodonite is more opaque. Rhodochrosite is more white and crystal looking and vibrant pink. And both are also fantastic for balancing the heart chakra. But rhodonite in particular also, again, works through self-love and really gets to the heart of breaking down any traumas related to relationships. If you're carrying a lot of relationship baggage, rhodonite is a really good stone to work with. And in particular, I've been really drawn to working with this because I've been working with the goddess Venus over the last few months, ever since the online coven that I've been working with introduced Venus, really Aphrodite, but she appeared to me as Venus in August, and I've kind of been working with her ever since. And it's been an interesting journey, but an amazing one. So I felt like this rhodonite came into my life at the appropriate time. And it's been really amazing to work with. And so I haven't had this one far from my side either for the entire month, ever since the box came. And so those are the primary crystals I've been working with. But this next thing that I wanted to share with you, definitely crystal related, but also essential oil related. So from Urban Outfitters, I got their 13 gemstone rollers. And I've put a couple of the roller tops onto some roller bottle blends that I've made recently, and they've just been amazing. So now I've put chips in roller bottles before, but having the actual crystal in the top is wonderful. So this one right here is fluorite that I have in here. Yeah, rainbow fluorite that I haven't used yet. Or are you amethyst? You look like rainbow fluorite. Got one stuck at the bottom. Hold on, guys. Stay with me. Okay, so which one of you guys is going to show up on camera a little bit better? Let's just grab you. Okay. So this one is my carnelian one. Let's see, I've used the rose quartz. Here's carnelian. You should show up pretty well. And there we go. Perfect. So here's a carnelian one. So it's just a round gemstone in place of the metal roller that you would see. You're just going to pop this on the top. And so the oils are going to be charged with the properties of the crystals they roll through on whatever it is that whatever blend that you're using. So it's going to add the metaphysical properties of the crystal to the oils. You can also do this by charging your essential oils, and you can just take the essential oil bottle, because it's in a glass bottle. Take whatever crystal that you want to use to charge it. This is a tumbled garnet. Make sure that they're touching, and just let them sit for about, I would say, 15 to 30 minutes, and then your entire bottle is going to be charged. Now, if you don't want to charge the entire bottle, these are the way to go. Popping them on top of your roller bottles in the blends that you're making, going to be a perfect way to add to it. So I picked these guys off of Amazon. Aroma Outfitters has their own website, but I grabbed these on Amazon. I also bought one of their large essential oil bottle cases, which is sitting on my desk right now. It's way too large for me to pick up and show you guys. But I can link below the size box that I got. So I've used about 3 of these already, and it comes with 13. So we've got 13 in here. So I've got 10 more that I gotta figure out blends and use. And I'm really excited because I've had really great results for the first 3 that I've used so far. So the next thing that I wanted to share with you guys is this lovely lady. So again, Love, Light, and Legacy. Devin, I adore your shop. I picked up a third eye singing bowl from Devin, and when I got her home, this lovely little blue and silver sparkle meditation goddess was in there with her. So I've been working with Venus for a few months now, and this also lends to that oceanic, like, just wonderful self-care, cradling energy. And she's been sitting on my altar for the entire month, ever since the bowl arrived. So I've been really enjoying working with her. Now, for those of you that are Wiccans or pagans and, you know, might be practicing or have a ritual practice. Struggling with speaking tonight, guys. Really, I'm sorry. So for those of you that have a ritual practice, you might be interested in these. I believe I picked these up at, yes, Target. So I got these at Target, and they're little silver and gold tea lights. So I've been using these instead of the white tea lights that I usually get for my God and Goddess candles, because they're already colored, which is fantastic. So ordinarily I use a gold and silver candle holders and just have white tea lights in them, because white candles are pretty much all purpose. But having these cute little gold and silver tea lights has been amazing. So just kind of geeking out about them. And I'm really, really looking forward to using these during the holidays too, especially when I really do a lot of candle work. So I wanted to share those with you. And then lastly, as I said, I really haven't been working with a lot of decks I hadn't worked with a lot of decks during the month of October. Not really sure why. I've just been doing a lot of pendulum work. So the one deck that I have been using a lot is actually the Herbal Healing deck, which I did an unboxing for you guys. So go ahead and check that out if you want to see the entire deck. But this deck has just been, it's had really wonderful energy. So I've really enjoyed working with that. And I really love the art. For whatever reason, I'm just really drawn to it. And so this has plants, this has flowers, or herbs, I should say, flowers, trees, and roots. And it's broken up into those 4 categories. And the book talks about the metaphysical properties of each plant. And then from there, you just kind of draw on your intuition. It is a very intuitive deck. And it's a very wonderful deck for healing. So for anybody really wanting to dive into plant medicine, you really need to consider grabbing this deck. And this is another one that I picked up off of Amazon. If it's not an indie deck, I don't normally purchase directly from a publisher like Schiffer or Llewellyn or Hay House. I'll get it from Amazon. Just because Prime 2-day shipping has me spoiled. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, and so for whatever reason, this has been like the only deck that I've worked with the entire month. I have drawn a couple cards from other decks. Still loving the Arcanist Tarot and my Fairy Oracle decks by Brian Froud, but in October is really kind of a month that I normally do a lot of shadow work naturally or a lot of ancestral work. And for whatever reason, it's just all been plant medicine this entire month. Just essential oils, crystals that support plant medicine, taking plant-based vitamins, using the herbal healing deck. It's all been plants. So I didn't really have too much of a traditional witchy month in October for you guys, but these were just a few of the things that I had been loving on and using over and over and over again that I wanted to share with you. This coming month, November, I should have a lot more items for you guys, but October had me really busy preparing for the launch of my Pendulum Practitioner Course, which is available and open for public enrollment. And again, I'll link the course down below so you can read about it and check it out for yourself. And until next time, guys, I will see you later. Blessed be.